and welcome. Today I will be crafting with this stamp set from Sweet Sentiment Stamps. It's called I Am the Walrus and it's available at the Artful Angel shop online. So if you are interested in this or any of the other products I'll be using, you can pop on over to the Artful Angel. I'll leave links to everything in the description box below also. So I am going to play along with the new monthly sketch challenge that we have going on at the Artful Angel shop. Visit us on Facebook, because if you want to play along, then all you need to do is just upload your entry to the challenge album in the Facebook group. And I guess I'll leave a link to that in the description box below also. Now, I don't generally use card sketches, which is something that is a shame, really, because they're fantastic to work with and it's a great way to just sort of springboard your creativity. In this case, what I will do is I'm actually mirroring the original sketch, because I wanted the way that my walrus is going to get placed on this card. I thought it made more sense for the sort of diagonal stripe to go in this direction as opposed to the opposite direction. And instead of cutting mats and layers for this section here, I decided I would just use my Love from Lizzie's pinstripe stickers, which I love to use, and exactly in this way too. I like using them as essentially border strips between different pattern papers, because I feel like it really cleans up the edge, and that's sort of why there was a sort of a matte layer in the design as well. Certainly you could cut like an actual mat for this. I've just cut this from a piece of kind of like your wood, distressed wood pattern paper. And I wanted it to kind of look like a plank of wood, sort of. And so, you know, you could cut a piece that's a little bit taller than this and have it be a proper mat, but I figured just using some pinstripe stickers would be a lot easier and less paper too. So I'll line the top edge of this wood grain paper with another strip of the pinstripe stickers. The wavy pattern paper at the bottom there, that's actually from Photoplay, a 6x6 paper pad called Monterey Bay. And I just thought it worked really perfect with this walrus that I colored up in sort of warm gray tones. And so I love this color scheme. It's very cool and kind of muted in a way, but it just helps to bring that walrus, you know, front and center, which this was actually the first time I colored a walrus, and it was actually quite a lot of fun. They are cuter than I expected, so it was actually pretty cool to work with that. And I love that the iceberg that he'll be floating on, that's sort of a separate stamp, and I fussy cut both of them and just layered them on top of one another. And here I've got some silver pearlescent card and as a mat below my light blue solid color cardstock, which I did stamp I Will Walrus Be Your Friend, so kind of a cute little punny sentiment there. I stamped that out with my VersaFine Onyx Black, and then I clear heat embossed it. So it's got a little bit of shine to it, it's got a little bit of that enamel texture to it, which I really love, but it also helps it to kind of really be super crisp. Not that the Onyx, the VersaFine Onyx Black ink does tend to be very crisp in and of itself, but whenever I can remember to, I always try to clear heat emboss it because I love the finish that it gives. And I wanted to actually give a little bit more dimension to this floating sort of iceberg. So I'm just going to apply some of my low profile foam to the back of this piece, and I'll go ahead and position that onto my card. Now, when I go to put this down, I dropped it in a little bit, even though I thought I had sort of placed it in the right location, but it was a little low, and so I did have to peel it back up. But thankfully, this adhesive, foam adhesive, isn't super sticky. But I did, just as a precaution, add some liquid adhesive because I was a little bit worried that I had sort of removed some of the tackiness by lifting it back up. So putting in a little bit of that liquid adhesive will definitely make sure that that stays nice and permanent. And I'm only putting that same low profile foam on the top portion of my walrus because the bottom portion is going to sit on top of that iceberg, and so I'm trying to get everything so that it's nice and level. And so that bottom portion I'll just glue directly to the iceberg with some liquid adhesive. And so once this is on, it'll be more or less pretty flush with the iceberg. So that's the other way that you can kind of build up this dimension is just using chipboard or scrap cardstock. It's one of the reasons why I like using the low profile foam. It's only 1 millimeter thick, so it does give you a little bit of dimension, but not a ton. But you can build, if you don't have, low profile foam, or you don't want to just have a lot of different dimension of foam, you could just use scrap pieces of cardstock to achieve something very similar. The only thing I did after this, though, was I did add some clear gems to the top portion. I just thought it needed a bit more shine, and you'll see that in the final photos. I hope that you enjoyed this card, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and sharing. If you want to catch new videos as I post them, consider subscribing to my channel and ringing the notification bell. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye!